Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, we wonder why we don't get a lot of fights and I just want to coin a phrase from one of the most, profound fighters we got right now. They say everything except let's fight. And that's just the way it is a lot of times. We don't get a lot of fights because people ain't going to do them, period. Now, we also know a legendary promoter, Bob Arum, had NBF on his chalkboard, no black fighters. So that'll be probably an intro. Well, a former lightweight champion, right? Three-belt champion, George Kambosos. George Kambosos, we know at least one thing about George Kambosos. Well, two things. One is he's a damn good fighter. Two is he got some heart, right? And a lot of people are obnoxious during the lead up to fights and stuff like that. And then, after the fight, most of the time, cooler heads prevail. People start telling the truth. The love and the respect from fighters, comes to the forefront. And this is what's happening right now. George Kambosos, just put in his prediction from Devin Haney versus Lomachenko, which we should be getting soon here, right? And his prediction is just simply, he got Haney all day, every day. He says Haney's just too big, too strong, too fast, too smart, right? And the thing is, Devin Haney has been trying to get Lomachenko for about 3 or 4 years now, since he's been 20 years old, and he was Lomachenko's mandatory. I think most people, if you found me, you would probably know that already. He was his mandatory, but that's when the WBC came out with this franchise title, which was really an egregious title. I haven't seen anybody of color that even wants that title because it's just nothing. It's just a way to not fight your mandatories. And most people, when you're a champion, you want to fight your mandatories because that's the guy who works his way up. So Lomachenko took that franchise title and then went on to fight Teofimo Lopez, and the rest is history. We know he lost to Lopez. Lopez lost to Kambosos. Kambosos was trying to fight Lomachenko instead of Devin Haney. But Lomachenko, the war came, and then he was forced to. And they've all admitted that. Right? So that's the thing. Now, Kambosos is coming out saying, that he thinks he's going to win. It's because, he's an Australian, right? And it's not like, he's, probably not a Fox News or something over there or the ESPN over there where there's somebody behind you saying, hey, don't say that, in public or something. He's just saying what it is. And, this is the thing why, when you got Bob Arum saying no black fighters, that's the translation of, maybe too strong, too fast, too smart. And that's what can happen. Why do you think we haven't had Canelo Alvarez versus Demetrius Andrade? For all these years, people keep coming up with excuses. Demetrius Andrade wasn't even a challenger. He was the champion, right? Canelo was his mandatory. Didn't take it. Why do you think Jaime Munguia was the mandatory for Demetrius Andrade for at least 2 years? Why do you think he won't take that fight? Even though he's probably bigger than Andrade, right? It's just, we come to the too fast, too smart. I can't say too big and too strong all the time, but I can definitely say too fast, too smart. It ain't gonna happen. Why do you think Oscar Valdez took forever to fight Stevenson? Why do you think Stevenson right now can't get a fight? Isaac Cruz was mandated to fight him. Ain't gonna do it. William Zepeda was next in line. Not gonna do it. You see what I'm saying? Why do you think big old Ryan, King Rye, all that stuff, Ryan Garcia, mandatory for Devin Haney? Just not gonna do it. That's that, too fast, too smart, and we ain't gotta do it. This is why a lot of Mexicans, they ain't just fighting black guys that are, that are in position. And it's a lot of them. All these people, Canelo Alvarez, Ryan Garcia, Munguia, Isaac Cruz, Zepeda, Oscar Valdez, and others, we just not going to have to fight them. And then, when you go to people like Bob Arum, he's straight up saying it, no black fighters if we don't have to. Why do you think Terrence Crawford just couldn't get the Manny Pacquiao fight? Right? Everybody else can fight Pacquiao. Like right now we're going on, talking about Terrence Crawford is ducking Spence. Right? And it's ludicrous because Manny Pacquiao wanted Spence. Manny Pacquiao's team was relieved that they were able to fight Spence instead of Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is documented from Bob Arum. He didn't want to put Manny Pacquiao, and this is not old Pacquiao. This is middle 7 or 8 years ago Pacquiao. He's not put him in the end. He doesn't want Pacquiao to get hurt. He doesn't want him to get destroyed. He wants him to have a future. This is what he says about Terrence Crawford. When you start mentioning Spence, well, Spence is too slow. Pacquiao can beat him, right? So we're not going to give Pacquiao to Terrence Crawford and get him beat up. You see what I'm saying? That keeps happening to these fighters. And then all these fighters, especially Mexicans right now, won't fight, but their fans will say to these fighters who they won't fight, who have they fought? Well, I definitely not no Mexican dude. This was my mandatory. Definitely not somebody that I could have got undisputed champion with. You see what I'm saying? So yes, George Kambosos is probably right. Devin Haney is going to be too big, too strong, too fast, and too smart for even Lomachenko, who was supposed to be the very best fighter that we've seen, stuff we've never seen before, right? And he's not too old. Lomachenko, what is he, 33 right now? That's not too old. It's like, and they were thinking this 4 years ago, when Devin Haney was the mandatory. So this is what's going on in boxing. I think people need to talk about it a little bit more and stop using your time to talk about stuff like Terrence Crawford, who was obviously an awesome fighter, who's ready to fight any damn body, and we know it. They got these things going on in boxing, and we need to get on that. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.